Fox Business Network.
More Americans losing the battle to keep their homes. The number of people facing foreclosure in the third quarter doubling from the same period last year. That according to RealtyTrack, an online marketplace for foreclosed properties. Can we expect this situation to get even worse, and how long is it going to last? Well, Bob Moulton is chief and founder of Americana Mortgage Group, and he's joining us now. Well, Bob, what are you seeing being in the mortgage brokerage business? Do you expect this to go on for months, if not a couple of years?
It'll probably go on, Dagan, for at least a year, maybe a year and a half. It seems that, in the peak of the real estate boom, 2005, 2006, a lot of homeowners bought houses with 228s or 327s.
Explain what those are,
yeah,
Bob.
It's a product that's fixed for 2 or 3 years, normally at an introductory rate. And then after the initial 2-year period, it will increase to a rate that could be twice as high as what the introductory rate was, or it could be fixed for a 3-year period. So if they started at 4% in 2005 and it's adjusting after 2 years in 2007, they could be faced with a payment that's twice as high as what it was when they started, which could be at 8%.
But Bob, longer-term mortgage rates have been moving down. So these are people who are facing or in the midst of interest rate resets, and they aren't able to refinance, right? Because either they don't have equity or they don't have good credit.
Well, it's a combination of both those problems, because the sales pitch when these products were written was take the 228, pay it on time for 2 years, get your credit current, and the house will be of greater value. No one took into consideration that home prices were going to come down, number one. Number two, since we've had the credit crunch in August of '07 to the present, underwriting guidelines have gotten very, very strict. And what's an interesting phenomenon is that 60% of people who took mortgages in 2006 would not qualify under today's underwriting guidelines. So this homeowner who has a teaser rate that they took in '05 and '06, their payments doubled, their values down, and if they could qualify for a loan, if they were to get gift money from family, they still would not be able to qualify because they're looking for higher credit scores, right, and the underwriters are looking for more equity in the deal.
Yeah, I just want to summarize this, Bob. Am I right in saying that if I've got bad credit, I've got no money to put down, and I don't have a really stable job, I'm not going to get a loan for a house, am I?
You're probably not going to get a loan, and if you are going to get a loan, it's going to be very expensive.
Okay,
it's not going to be at 7 or 8%. You're probably looking at 9%.
But I've got no problem getting a loan if I've got the 20% down payment, a steady employment record, and a good credit record. There's no problem, right?
Absolutely no problem. I mean, we're getting back to traditional financing, which is where we were before the age of the real estate boom.
And am I right in saying also that this is a buyer's paradise, especially if you've got the 20% down and good credit? You can bargain it right down there, can't you?
Absolutely, because there's so much inventory out there. And you can't fall in love with a house. If a buyer has a 20% down payment, they have strong income, they have good employment, they should put a bid in, probably 10 to 20% below the asking, and wait. And if it doesn't happen, move on to the next house.
Get out there and borrow money from Bob Moulton. Thanks very much for joining us, Bob. Good luck to you. Good luck.